Hello and good morning, Jefferson. Welcome back to another episode of J-Pod, Jefferson School District's very own podcast. I'm your host, Superintendent Brad Kiepener, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Becca Mallory. Good morning, Becca.
Good morning. It's good to be back.
Yeah. How have you been?
It's been a roller coaster of a ride, but it's been all right.
Dealing with the illnesses.
Yeah, I had just got over pneumonia, so that was a fun trip. And then just when I think things are getting okay, life's got to keep throwing some more lemons. So last night got toddler injuries to deal with, so we're just going to make as much lemonade as I can.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's good to have you back, and sorry that daughter fell and hurt her lip. That's horrible.
Yeah, I thought for sure I was going to have to take her to the hospital. She was bleeding so bad. And then after a few minutes, it was okay. My husband was the calm one. He was the one that's like, everything's going to be fine. I'm like in total mom mode. My baby girl.
Yeah. Well, it's good that, when there's two parents involved, sometimes there's one that could be the calm one. It changes, right?
You need one because if both of you are freaking out, then it's going to be fun times.
Exactly. All right. Well, I am excited today because we are back at Jefferson High School.
Yay.
And we are getting to interview some students today. And we are actually going to be talking about girls basketball. And joining us is their coach, Mr. Maison. Good morning, Mr. Maison.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
And we have Gretchen, Orton, and Amira, Saad, both representing the team. Good morning, girls. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is their first podcast. And,
needless to say, they're a smidge nervous.
So anyway, great to have you. We're just going to be talking this morning a little bit about your incredible season that you're having, and let our community and our listeners know just a little bit about the girls basketball team and what's making it happen. So first, let's just talk about a little bit, for us to know a little bit about you and what positions do you play on the team, and how long have you played the game?
I'm a point guard, or our point guard, but I also play a little bit of just guard all around.
So what's the difference between point guard and guard?
So point guard brings the ball down, kind of sets up the plays, runs everything. And then guard is like more of like a wing, but also can take the ball down.
Okay.
It's just, guard is more of a general term. Like you can just do whatever. And then point guard is the point guard.
So if you're guard, somebody else is point guard.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just kind of switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Who's the other?
Aziza Saad.
Oh, okay. So
My little sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, great. And so how long have you been playing? Have you been playing since toddler?
Kindergarten.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Since I could.
All right. Mary, how about you?
Me too. I've been playing since kindergarten. I'm a shooting guard, and this year I'm playing post, so it works out great with my whole 5'1" of me. But
That's good. So post, you have to do a lot of blocking.
A lot of screens.
Yeah.
Screens.
Right?
Yeah.
mostly screens. Yeah.
Yeah, screens. Yeah.
Okay, so for us non-basketball lingo people, what does that mean?
I kind of just run up to Gretchen and
Get in the way of my defender.
yeah, so her person can't guard her, and she can drive in and take a shot, pass
Okay.
out someone else.
So block somebody so the other person with the ball can get it past them and go and have a shot at the
She's like the screen door.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
We're making this
Can you tell I'm super great at basketball lingo?
just like a screen door. I love it. Okay, so and then what made you like basketball? I mean, and stick with it. Why do you like basketball?
I think, honestly, when I was little, it was just like something to do at first.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like middle school where I started practicing outside of practice.
We started actually winning.
Yeah, actually trying. But I think for the most part, the part that I like is the team. Like the team aspect. I like playing with people, and then the competitiveness. I like contact sports better than
Definitely.
cross countries.
Play ball.
But
And this is Gretchen, by the way. Talking,
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the part I like. I mean, there's the basketball part, but I think the competition and the team sport is the thing I like the most.
Yeah, that's great.
I agree.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Very cool. So you guys have played basketball since kindergarten. Have you been on teams together?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you
It's like
that's
every
good,
other
right?
year.
Every other year we're
Every
together.
other year
Yeah.
we're together.
Was the rest of the team? I mean, have you guys known each other?
Yep.
Yeah. We used to
We
be
played-
neighbors.
We were neighbors for
What?
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like ever.
Well, that was
Wow.
tough,
But
right?
we were
Yeah.
outside every day with each other.
See, that's the really great thing about having a small town like Jefferson
Yeah.
is that you have stories like this where you've got kids that are from kindergarten on growing up in the same sport and in the same little street. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
You don't
this
get
is kind
that
of
in
what I'm
big
getting at
schools.
with the secret ingredient. Now, my next question was, I was kind of curious about what makes a winning team.
I think, playing for each other
Yeah.
is the thing that I think we have learned to do this year. Is
Working
we
as a
play
team
for-
instead of like every man for themselves, like
Yeah.
some teams play, then it doesn't really work out.
Yeah. And so there's that ingredient of growing up together, it's trust.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. It's like a family. It's not just a team, but it's like a family because they're together the whole time.
And also having played with each other, in competitive sports for all these years, you've been able to know their style. You know what they can do,
Yeah.
their strengths. How you can pass it to them, and do you do those crazy passes where you don't look?
I try not to. It's a little scary.
Scare the turnovers every
yeah.
once in a while.
Kind of, yeah.
Sometimes
get a
you're
good
just
one.
going down, also you
Yeah.
just shoot the ball, and you're not really looking at the person, and the person catches it and goes to score the basket. Every time I see that when I watch basketball, I'm just anyway. So let's talk about this season and what has been like one of your favorite moments so far. If you could just remember one, is there one moment that sticks out to you?
After the Amity game.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yep.
The Amity game.
After
right?
the Amity game, when we won, we all were like running back to the
Ran
bench.
to the-
and we're all like
Hugging each
and
other. Yeah.
There's a picture
Yeah.
of it.
So what
I think
made
it's-
that so special?
They're
that
like
win.
the
They're-
top of the top. That
they're-
was our
yeah.
goal all season, is to try to be able to beat them.
Yep.
And just like actually having it happen was crazy. So,
Yep.
That's good.
We got close last year, but I think this time winning was a big thing for
Yeah.
us.
And you're going to play them again this week?
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
A lot of
Nice.
pressure, or you're like, we beat them once. We got
Yeah. We know we can do it, but they're gonna come out harder than ever. It's
Oh, yeah.
a home game for them. It's their senior night. They haven't lost a league game in like almost 2 years. So
Oh.
they're coming for vengeance.
So that just means you got to bring all you got.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. Well, I know the superintendent there, and he was going to be at the game when you guys played, and he had something come up. He couldn't be here, but we saw each other that day. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to be there at the game," and so I took a lot of pride in the fact that you guys won that. I was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
But now, if you get, we'll see how it goes in Amity. But for right now, I've got bragging rights, so that's really great. Thank you for that. Okay, so Coach Mason, thank you for being here. So, how have you seen the team kind of grow over the years? I mean, has it always been an almost undefeated team, or how have you seen them grow as athletes?
Personally, growing in their own basketball skills and ability has been huge, but then also blending together and coming together as a team to be able to recognize where each other's strengths are and play to each other's strengths and support those, but also to cover each other's weaknesses a little bit, because not everybody can do everything all of the time. And so when Amira's down guarding people in the post, all five, one of her, as she says, she plays a lot bigger than that, but we need to support her down there. And watching the team grow and come together and realize those things and improve on them has been huge.
Yeah, I bet. And how long have you been coaching them?
I've been the head coach for 5 years, but I've been in Jefferson coaching basketball for about 20.
20. Wow. Okay. So, but 5 years as the head coach. So that consistency, I would imagine, but being able to really, get kids from 9th grade on and be able to work with them. So you started. You've had seniors graduate already. So, but you've been able to really take the team and from right when they're brand new coming in, not brand new, but 9th graders coming in all the way up, right? So that must be a cool thing.
it's one of the best things about coaching is being able to be there and just be a part of that and see the growth of them as basketball players, but as people. I mean, watching them come in as freshmen, unsure of this, not quite adults, and figuring things out, and then graduate going on into adulthood, and just seeing the growth of them as individuals is fantastic.
I love the idea of the competitiveness of it, and that you guys are really into that. And I love the fact that you guys are having such a great season this year. What are the possibilities for this season? So to help us understand, playoffs and what's the next.
You got this one.
You said this like 5 times.
You told us like so many times.
I can't. It's a lot of.
Hey, we already got league champs secured though, so
Yes.
We already got league champs. They got the big one right there. The first league championship for girls since 1989. The second in school history is already locked in. We could be league champs alone if we beat Amity tomorrow night. If they beat us, we share it with them, but we're still league champs. We have a second consecutive state playoff spot secured already with our 11-0 league record so far. So we're guaranteed a state playoff spot. It just comes down to what happens in the next couple of games. We'll play Amity tomorrow night. We'll have the league championship game next Saturday at Sprague High School at 7 o'clock. And how those 2 games go will determine what state playoff game we have and if we get to host one that next week. And that's an awesome opportunity if we can host that state playoff game to be able to get a win there would put us in the final site at Coos Bay in the state tournament and the final 8 teams. And once you make it there, you're 1 win away from a trophy, you're 3 wins away from a state championship.
Oh my gosh, wow, that is so exciting just to be, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but one game at a time, and Amity's next, and we'll just see how that goes. But congratulations on being league champs. That is amazing.
Thank you.
I do want to side note for those listening that we're recording this on a Thursday before we send it out. So when he says tomorrow night, he actually means tonight for those of you that are listening.
There you go. Thank you. Do you like our newly refurbished gym?
I love it.
I think it looks so nice.
Right?
Yep.
I have to ask, did you have fears of getting scuff marks all over it?
Yes.
The first
We scrape them off every day.
Our first practice, I was pushing our girls to stop running so hard on it and stop.
Don't drag your feet.
Yeah.
You're like, we're
This is
just
it.
wearing barefoot. No
Yep.
socks, no
Yep.
shoes, just...
It was new and it was great. It looked pristine and you wanted to keep it that way,
Yep.
but it's a floor. It's not going to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
And not just a floor, it's a basketball floor.
Yeah.
But the gym looks fantastic. The amount of change that we've had over the last year, new bleachers, new paint, new refurnished floor, it looks wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, come to one of the games because it is gorgeous. It looks really great.
Yeah, that was one of our goals, is to make that gym look as beautiful as it can be, so you guys feel that sense of pride walking in there and feel like you can play the best basketball you can play. And so glad you're liking it. Glad it's working out well. We are proud to that you are representing Jefferson, and just wanted to thank you for playing and being competitors and working hard. We really appreciate you. And what else? What would you say? We're about to wrap our program up for today, but what would you say to say the 8th graders or 7th, 8th graders coming up about basketball? I mean, they're thinking about maybe playing, they're not sure. What advice would you give people that are just coming into high school?
I think I'd say just try it out. I mean, they get the nerves and everything, but everybody has them. No matter how long you've been playing, you're going to be nervous.
And we've all been through it.
So, and it doesn't, everybody's always oh, well, what if I'm not good? And people will think nobody, really,
None of us care. We just want you
No.
to get better, and we want you to play for the team.
we just want some kids on the team.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We need more numbers.
Yeah.
Definitely come out for basketball, but
There's no way you're going to get better if you don't play and if you don't practice. So,
And I imagine that you're going to be nervous, even if you feel like you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
the top of your game. You're going to be nervous at the beginning of every game.
oh, definitely. Yeah.
and everybody starts somewhere. I mean, when we first started, we were not great.
It wasn't cute.
It took us a
Wasn't
couple
pretty,
years
but-
to even figure it out. So
Yeah.
I think just do it.
Now, if you guys are just a really good team because you trust each other, you've grown up with each other, you're playing with each other for a while. If new people are coming in, do they just? Is it easy just to bring them into the fold, or is that also kind of just challenging?
I wouldn't say it's easy. I mean, I feel like by the end of the season, that's when it's like, oh, we're all super close again. And then it's like, oh, it's the end of the season.
And then
But we try our hardest to we have our close group and we try to bring them in.
Yeah, I feel like we're pretty open and welcoming for the most part. I feel like they fit in.
Well, you need that.
Yeah.
In order to build a good team, you need that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Coach Mason, thank you so much for coaching these young women and that your efforts are paying off in pros. And thank you. We've got some two very talented players with us here. And Gretchen, you're both having, but Gretchen, you're also having some individual success here. But today we were going to just focus on the team, but I just wanted to recognize the fact that you're also doing some great things out there in the court. So congratulations with all you guys' success. And that's it for today. So thank you for listening, everybody. We've come out and join and see these girls play. And as they go further on, and if they can make a state playoff, that's going to be really exciting for Jefferson. You guys are doing amazing things for this little town. And there's a lot of pride in your ability to take us as far as it's going to go. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.